Hey, folks, we had some technical issues just now. I thought you were hearing me, and apparently for 5 minutes you were not. So, our apologies. We figured out what the issue was. There's some issues with the camera microphone or the headset microphone. Anyway, we got the issue resolved. All right. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly recap what I started saying earlier. And so we're just going to continue moving on. So once again, my name is Khalil, the Real Deal Manning, and I'm an insurance broker. And what I do is I help folks make intelligent decisions on their health insurance and insurance in general. And so today's topic is how to buy insurance and not get conned. All right, I've been in business for 10 years. I've seen a lot of cons. I've seen a lot of people get burnt. I've saved a lot of people from a lot of headache and misery dealing with these con artists selling these pipe dream insurance plans that never turn out as good as they say. So because I'm a broker, I don't work for any company. I only work for you, and I have um, no real ties to any company. And so I'm going to tell you the real deal on how you can buy insurance. And this is any insurance: health insurance, life insurance, auto and home insurance, any kind of insurance. Here are some of the things that you're going to hear that's out there, and I'm going to show you the things you can avoid, so you don't get conned next time. Okay, I don't know why people can't be honest and just work hard like all of us, but you got some people make a living off leeching off, leeching off innocent people. So here are some of the things that you're going to hear out there, and the moment you hear these things, your red flags needs to go up that this could possibly be a con. Okay, the first thing is this. Okay, and I have some things written down. Okay. And you're going to hear the things I'm telling you right now. It's going to come across the screen. So grab a pen and paper. Here are some ways you can spot a con. Okay. And by the way, this topic popped in my mind this morning because there was a big deal. It was a big lawsuit that a company, I think is out of Arizona, they were one of the, if not the largest robocalling scamming companies probably this world has ever seen. They actually did over, I believe it was 50 million robo dials, right, within the first quarter, I believe. But they did millions of robo dials within the first quarter of this year. And anyway, they were hit with a big fine of $225 million, something like that. But when I heard that, I said, you know what? This is a good time to talk about this topic. Okay, so anyway, first thing is this. If you get a phone call from someone trying to sell you insurance and you did not inquire about insurance, red flag number one, you're probably going to be conned. Okay. The only way somebody is supposed to have your information is if you put your information out there. Okay. Now, here are some things how people can get your information. Number one, if you go to different websites and you put your information on there, here's how it works. Agents like myself buy your information from lead vendors. Okay. So you may have 40, 50 agents in a general area, and they all bought your information. And so we know your name and your phone number. We don't know any personal information other than that a lot of times. But we do know that information. So if you're getting phone calls from that and you went on particular sites, that's where your information is coming from. But if you didn't go to any sites and put your information out there, it's probably a scam. Okay, so don't just say it's a scam. It's probably a scam because there are some ways that people can get your information, and maybe you put your information out there months ago, but now it's a lead that somebody's calling on. But that's red flag number one. You did not put your information out there. It's dive a little deeper. It could be a scam. Number two, you speak to someone and they say, you know what? You can get this health plan and there's no deductible. Red flag number two. There are very, 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 very few plans out there which has no deductible. Okay? Think about this. If you heard a plan that had no deductible, or the plan was so good to be true, trust me, they wouldn't have time to call you. All right, they'll be so busy enrolling everybody because that's a plan everybody wants. Okay, so when you hear a plan has no deductible, or you pay nothing out of pocket, go where you want. No, there's no such plan like that. Okay, now like I said, there are some exceptions, but they're few and far between. But if they're leading with that and they didn't even ask you information, yeah, it's a good chance, that's a scam. Okay, so you got the first two down. All right. Number one, you did not put your information out there. Number two, they said no deductible. Okay. The third thing, right, to know that you're possibly being scammed is they say you have no deductible, and then also you can go wherever you want. You can go wherever you want. The whole country is your network. Stop. Right. Here's the real deal with insurance right now. Okay. Networks are shrinking. Less doctors are accepting plans. Okay. The fact of the matter is, a nationwide plan is few and far between. You have some companies that offer that, but most companies have an HMO network, or a network of doctors you have to go in. So if you heard no deductible, first of all, the person called you without your consent. Number two, they said you have no deductible. Number three, they said you can go wherever you want. Stop the presses. That's probably a scam. All right. And it's starting to sound more scammy the more I talk about this. Okay. So that's the third thing, right? Go where you want. Those plans don't exist anymore. PPO plans are what they're called. They're few and far between. Okay. That's the third thing. The fourth thing is you give them all your information. They say you can go where you want to. All right. You have no deductible. The fourth thing is they want to charge you an exorbitant amount of application fees. Right? They want to charge you some high application fee. They say, well, okay, the plan is going to be $150, but you got a $150 application fee. Stop. No health plan, a real health plan, has these exorbitant fees. Now, with a health plan, number one, health plans don't charge application fees unless you have a short-term medical plan, okay, or you have some kind of supplemental plan that's being added to your health plan. But overall, you don't really have application fees, right? And if you do have application fee, it's probably going to be no more than $20, $25. If you're getting into $80, $90, $100 application fees, understand that application fee, that's probably a scam. It's probably a scam. Okay. So they're making money not only on selling you the policy, but they're making money on your application fee. That's why they're charging you so much in those fees. Okay. So no exorbitant fees, right? There may be some fees, but not exorbitant. Okay. Number 5. Okay. We spoke about going to the evening doctor you want to go to. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Number 5. You ask for the person's information and they can't provide it to you. You say, okay, what's your name? What's your phone number? Okay, what's your email address? I have an 800 number. Okay, what's your last name? I can't give out my last name. A real insurance agent has no problem giving you their first and last name. Okay, if they're so dodgy with giving you their information, why don't you think they're so dodgy with everything else they're saying? Why are they hiding their name? Right? Why can't you get their last name from them? Okay. It's probably because they're trying to scam you. Okay. So if they can't get their name, they can't provide you with a phone number, and they can't provide you with an email address, you need to run away and go somewhere else. All right. It's probably a scam. Okay. So that's we spoke about no deductible. We spoke about them saying you can go wherever you want to. We spoke about people calling you out the blue. We spoke about people giving you exorbitant application fees. We spoke about going to any doctor you want to. We spoke about them not providing personal information. The number 7 thing, if they cannot provide you this, it's probably a scam. If they can provide you with a license number or a national producer number, it's probably a scam, right? Every person, I want you to write this down. Anytime you're doing business with anybody over the phone or online, if they're in the financial services industry, they have a national producer number or a state registration number, okay? State license number, okay? A national producer number, or NPN in our business, we call it, is sort of like a social security number for agents, okay? All you have to do is go into Google, take the person's name you're talking to, say what's your national producer number. You should be able to put the person's name and national producer number in Google, and you should be able to find some information on that person. Now, you can ask them, the next question you ask them is, what state are you licensed in? What's your resident state? Okay. If you go to their state, like I'm licensed in Virginia, but I'm licensed in multiple states, but my resident state is Virginia. So if I were to give you my national producer number, I'll say, okay, here's the spelling of our name. Here's the state I'm residing in. Here's my national producer number. Okay. You should be able to go to that state's Bureau of Insurance, type in the person's national producer number. You don't even need their name. Just type the number in. It should pull up all their information, so you can see who you're doing business with. I find people are becoming too trusting in this environment. People, listen, folks. People are trying to scam you, take your money. Right? We're living in a tough economy right now. People have lost their jobs. People are trying to make money any way they can, and they'll take your money if you let them. Stop being so trusting of people. Right? Do your due diligence. Ask the right questions. Follow my list, and you won't get burned. Okay? Do not give these people your information if they can't give you. Put it like this: you don't give them your information if you don't get information. Write that down. You don't give them your information if you don't get information. Okay? Repeat that. I don't get my information unless I get information. Okay? If you follow that one point right there, that that would probably eliminate everything. Okay? I'm finding people are too trusting of people, and I know there's a sad times you can't be trusting people, but you got to do what you got to do. Do not trust everybody on the phone who has a good voice and sounds nice. They probably are good scam artists. Okay, so that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was number 7. Okay, that's number 6. Okay, I thought it was number 6. Okay, all right. So the next one is this. We actually spoke about this already. They can't give you any direct numbers and no email to reach out to. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, that was everything. Okay, so those are the most important ways to spot a scam artist. Okay, the things I want you to do, all right, so you can be proactive is, and I already mentioned that, get the person's information. Okay, we mentioned that. Next thing you want to do is ask the person for their company website, ask them for their personal website, ask them for their Facebook page, ask them for their LinkedIn page. Okay, majority of people have if they're in business, majority of people have a LinkedIn page or some sort of Facebook business page, or if they're with a company, they have some kind of company page. Okay, so that way you can see the person and you can do more due diligence about the company. All right. You can find out about the background of the company. You can find out if they have any lawsuits pending. You can find out if the person you're dealing with has any lawsuits pending, if they have any grievances. So when you find out a little bit more about the person you're talking about, right, then that should make you feel more comfortable about doing business with that person. Because yeah, here's the thing: when you're doing business with a person in this business, you're not doing business with the company. You're doing business with the person. Okay, you're not doing business with the company. You're doing business with the person because you're taking everything they say at face value. Okay, well, you shouldn't be at face value, but you're taking everything they're saying pretty much, from what they're saying. So you should really find out where this person works and do your due diligence on that. Okay. The next thing you can do is check out company reviews. Now, this has its pros and cons. Okay. So reviews sometimes need to be weighed as a grain of salt. Reviews are good to get a good amount of feedback from other people who've used this company's service. That's a good indication of the type of service that you may receive. Okay. Now, if you have a company that has one review, or if you have a company that has all positive reviews and no negative, that's a red flag. You're dealing with a scam, because there's no such thing as a company that has all A reviews. All right. Even when I buy, this camera that I'm looking at right now, I bought it on Amazon. All right. I looked at the reviews. If I had 1,000 reviews and all positive, I wouldn't buy it. Me personally, I wouldn't buy it. You know why? Because probably the company paying somebody to give positive reviews. Okay. Understand, it's always yin and yang, up and down, positive and negative. There's no such thing as all good, 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 good. Right? Are you all good? You have good and bad with you too, right? So everything in life has good and bad, right? So, you know, check out the reviews, right? If you have a good mixture, even more good than bad, then it's probably, a good product, to look at further. Okay. But that's another way you can protect yourself. Okay. So protection number one, get the person's personal information. Protection number two, um, check out company views. Check number three, ask for things in writing. Ask for things in writing. Ask for the person to send you the email of what they just quoted you. Ask for the person to send you a text message of what they're quoting you. Okay. Ask for the summary of benefits. Okay. Summary of benefits is a detailed breakdown of what you're buying, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So when you ask for a summary of benefits by email, guess what you're getting in return? You're getting their information because now they have to send it from their email, right? So now you have a point of contact. Okay. Get what they're saying in writing. Okay. So too often people, are giving people's information because I have to save a lot of people from these scammy companies. And then the first question I ask them is, did the person send you something in writing? And 9 times out of 10, the person has to tell me no. And the first question I ask them is, why did you buy something in writing? At least, if you buy something, you should get an instantaneous email from a company. You have people that are buying stuff without even getting an email from the company, right? You should not do that. So to protect yourself, getting in writing beforehand. If a client asks, if I go through, some plan reviews and I'm going over information, and the person says, can you send me something in email? I can easily send an email because there's nothing for me to hide. Okay. But if you're dealing with somebody who's trying to hide behind the phone, all right, and they can't send information, you need to not give them your information. Once again, rule number one, do not give information unless you get information. Okay. And the last thing you can do to be proactive to protect yourself is think over things before you buy. Okay. A lot of the older generation, I respect how they're buying decisions. 'Cause a lot of the older generation, they always say they got to think about it. Let me think about it. Okay. Give me a night to mull it over. Give me a day to process it. Let me talk to my wife. Let me talk to my son. Let me talk to. There's actually wisdom in that because a lot of times when you buy something on an impulse, sometimes it's a bad decision because you're going off emotion, right? If you can take a day to process things, get the information the person sent you by email, read it over, talk to your spouse about it, talk to your kids about it, do some due diligence. In other words, do due diligence, right? Get a night to get your emotions under control, and the next day see how you really feel about it. If you have the same feeling about it after doing your due diligence and checking things out and getting some verification points, is probably a good decision to make. Okay. So those are the 4 things you can be proactively doing to protect yourself. Number one, I'm going to recap, is ask for the person's personal information, LinkedIn, Facebook, company website. Number two, check out their reviews. Okay. Number three, get everything in writing. And number four, take some time to get your emotions in check and think if you really want to do this after you've done your due diligence. Okay. So there you have it, right? Those are the things, if you follow from an insurance agent and not some person who's, working in the newsroom. I work in this business. If you do what I'm asking you to do, you will avoid being scammed and you keep your money in your pocket, right? So if you do what I'm saying, you'll be safe and sound. All right. If you have any questions, put it in the question box for me, and we'll go ahead and I'll answer it live on the site. If you want to call in, you can call 804-793-8282. That what it is? How can I do if I found out I've been scammed? Okay, so I think you meant to. Okay, what can I do? Okay, so if you think you've been scammed, okay, um, the first thing you want to do is, if you gave them your personal information or like banking information, the first thing you want to do is call your bank and stop that payment. Tell the bank, listen, I did a transaction with such and such company, and I believe I've been scammed. Tell the bank, have them stop payment on that transaction. Tell them the actual dollar amount of the transaction so they can match up the company with the dollar amount and stop the transaction. They're going to charge you a fee for it, but listen, is well worth it. Okay. The next thing you want to do, especially if you think you're dealing with an insurance company, is contact the Bureau of Insurance. Okay, the Bureau of Insurance is kind of the governing body in the insurance world, and you contact the Bureau of Insurance, give the company's name that you think you have and what happened, and they can file a complaint report and investigate the company. Okay, and they can let you know if that company has other cases in investigation, on the company. They can let you know what's going on. If they've heard about the company, if they have any issues with the company, they can let you know what you could do next, right? The next thing you do is, after you talk to the Bureau of Insurance, they may direct you to call the police, so you can have something in writing at the police department. I think those are the three things I would do. Contact your banks to stop payment, contact the Bureau of Insurance, and contact the police so you have everything in writing. And also, if you don't have anything in writing, try to remember what the person said. Take some time, get a piece of paper, and just try to jog your memory and write down everything you think you heard. Everything you think you heard, write everything down. If you remember the person's name, write the person's name down. But those are the things that I would do if I thought I was scammed. It's a good question. Good question. Okay. Once again, if you want to call in, it goes 804-793-8282. All right. All right. I think we're gonna wrap up here. All right, but I hope you learned a lot today. Okay. Any other questions about anything? All right. So, okay, folks. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up for today's message. If you have any questions, once again, you can call us at 804-793-8282, or you can email us at askrealdealkhalil @gmail.com. Right there on the screen. Okay. All right, you all be blessed. All right, make it a pleasant, positive, and prosperous day, and take care out there.